Broccoli belongs to the cruciferous vegetable family, and these vegetables have generated considerable research interest for their unique phytochemical compounds. In terms of brain health and ND+ metabolism, broccoli offers several intriguing properties, though as always, we need to separate what's scientifically supported from what's speculative or overhyped. The most interesting compound in broccoli for our purposes is sulforaphane, which is produced when the vegetable is chopped or chewed and an enzyme called myrosinase interacts with its precursor compound glucoraphanin. Sulforaphane has been shown in laboratory and animal studies to activate cellular stress resistance pathways, reduce inflammation, support mitochondrial function, and enhance the body's own antioxidant defense systems. These effects could theoretically help protect mitochondria and reduce excessive NAD+ consumption during stress responses. Broccoli also contains vitamin C and K, folate, fiber, and various other phytochemicals. The vitamin C acts as an antioxidant, potentially reducing oxidative damage that would otherwise trigger NAD+, consuming repair pathways. The fiber supports gut health, which has increasingly recognized connections to brain health through the gut-brain axis and systemic inflammation. Some research has specifically looked at sulforaphane and neurodegeneration. Animal studies have shown promising results for potential neuroprotective effects, and there's mechanistic research suggesting sulforaphane might help clear misfolded proteins, reduce neuroinflammation, and support mitochondrial health. These are all relevant to Alzheimer's disease pathology. However, we must emphasize the enormous gap between laboratory studies and human clinical benefits. Most sulforaphane research uses concentrated extracts at doses far exceeding what you'd get from eating broccoli. A typical serving of broccoli might provide 20 to 50 milligrams of glucoraphanin, which converts to much less sulforaphane, while research studies often use 200 to 400 milligrams or more of sulforaphane itself. The amount needed to achieve therapeutic effects in humans is unclear, and it might be impossible to obtain through diet alone. Additionally, the bioavailability of sulforaphane varies tremendously based on how broccoli is prepared. Overcooking destroys the myrosinase enzyme needed to produce sulforaphane. Steaming briefly is better than boiling. Raw broccoli provides myrosinase, but can be hard to digest for many people. Some individuals have gut bacteria that help convert glucoraphanin to sulforaphane even when myrosinase is destroyed by cooking, but others don't. These individual variations mean that two people eating identical broccoli might get very different amounts of active compounds. There are also some individuals who should be cautious with cruciferous vegetables. People with thyroid issues, particularly hypothyroidism, are sometimes advised to limit cruciferous vegetables because they contain goitrogens that can interfere with thyroid function when consumed in very large amounts. This is probably not a concern with normal dietary intake, but might matter for someone eating multiple servings of raw cruciferous vegetables daily. Regarding Alzheimer's disease specifically, there are no clinical trials showing that broccoli consumption prevents or treats cognitive decline in humans. The mechanistic research is interesting and suggests potential, but we're in early stages of understanding whether this translates to real-world benefits. For practical recommendations, broccoli is an excellent vegetable to include regularly in your diet. It's nutritious, relatively affordable, versatile in cooking, and has minimal downsides for most people. Eating broccoli several times per week as part of varied vegetable intake makes sense. To maximize potential sulforaphane content, steam it briefly rather than overcooking, or eat it raw if you tolerate it well. Pairing it with mustard, which contains myrosinase, might help if you're cooking it thoroughly. But don't eat broccoli because you think it will prevent Alzheimer's disease. Eat it because it's a nutritious vegetable that fits into an overall healthy dietary pattern. If you dislike broccoli, other cruciferous vegetables like cauliflower, Brussels sprouts, cabbage, and kale offer similar compounds. And if you hate all cruciferous vegetables, you're not doomed to cognitive decline. There are many paths to a brain-healthy diet.